We got a video here about the some of the best games that are coming up in 2026. So let's go ahead and take a look.
And here are my most anticipated games of 2026, because this year is looking absolutely stacked for new games. We've got the big titles that everyone's talking about, but there are also quite a few games that you've probably never even heard of. But before we jump in, drop a comment below telling me the games that you are hyped to play in 2026, because one of my most anticipated games is Forza Horizon 6, which is set to release in May. Now, I've always been a...
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get that one. I've never played Forza before because I'm a PS fanboy and I've always played Gran Turismo, but eventually at some point in life you can't be like that anymore.
Huge fan of arcade racing games like Need for Speed, The Crew, and especially the open world Horizon series. So to see that we're getting another new one this year is awesome, and this time is going to be set in Japan. Now, they did a reveal
Sick.
a couple of weeks back, and seeing a mixture of city streets, mountain roads, and this stunning scenery, I think this could end up being the best game in the Horizon series. Now, they have confirmed that at launch there are going to be more than 550 cars to pick from, all with new body kit.
Holy shit. From my understanding, for a Forza game, that is... Shoo. Looks nice, though. Looks like it is going to be a dope game.
Ever had, and the option to have a garage to store your cars in. You'll even be able to customize it.
I haven't heard anything bad about their series ever.
But yeah, I'm excited to explore the open world and drift through Tokyo in a GTR. GTA 6, because we cannot talk about new games in 2026.
I mean, this goes without saying. It's kind of in a category of its own.
The game that we've been waiting for, and although we've had a couple of delays already, it has been confirmed in the last few...
It'll be $100, and that's okay. But knowing Rockstar, I bet you they won't even charge that. I bet you they won't. I bet you, realistically, I think it's going to be $90, but I think it should be $100. I mean, GTA kind of is in the category of their own. I mean, yeah. That is, when they release a game, all other games are basically judged on that game. I mean, it is the standard in game releases.
Days that it is on track to launch on November 19th. So if you haven't already, clear your calendar because we're not going anywhere. Now this time we're heading back to Vice City with those neon city streets, overcrowded beaches, ridiculous NPC behaviour, and an open world so big and detailed that we're not going to know what to do with it. I think if you've ever played a previous GTA game, you know what we're in for. And if you haven't, we'll be ready for an insane and awesome story. Well, I think it's safe to say that we're all going to lose so much time to this game. Fingers crossed it does launch, and that will be coming out on November 19th this year.
I don't know what everyone's expectations are for this game, but based on those images, it better be a lot better than that. But I'm sure it will be. I'm just saying. I'm going to have to edit this part out.
007 First Light is the first big standalone James Bond story that we've had in years, and from what we've seen so far, this is looking really good. You get to play as Bond in his early years of his career, a 26-year-old recruit before he earns his license to kill. It's going to be a mix of stealth, gadgets, and gunfights as you jump between those classic spy 007 missions and car chases.
Now, when it comes to 007, I mean, obviously GoldenEye was kind of, the groundbreaking one and the one people had the most fun with. Nightfire on the PlayStation 2 was what I played it on. I love that game. If they can get the mechanics down for this game, whoo!
It's also going to be a single-player game, which you'll be playing in third person. And although I do think that is the right choice, it would have been awesome to have seen a multiplayer mode too. I think I'm just still waiting to relive that GoldenEye 4-player split screen that I used to play as a kid with my mates. But anyway, this is
a different game. It's a different game.
Is going to be a must-play.
Different type of game.
So Insomniac Games, the team who brought us Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2, gave us a deeper look at this, and yeah, this looks absolutely brutal. Now, you're obviously going to be playing as Logan, where the story is going to be exploring his past, and that's going to be based in Canada and Tokyo, plus a
wasn't paying attention.
As well. and it's not going to be.
What are we watching now?
Marvel's Wolverine.
Oh, Wolverine.
Must play this year. So Insomniac Games, the team who brought us Spider-Man and Spider-Man.
I don't know if this is unpopular opinion or not.
Yeah, this looks absolutely brutal. Like,
yeah, it looks sick. And I'm not a big Marvel guy at all. I mean, I liked Spider-Man as a kid, and I like Spider-Man. But when it comes to Marvel, I think Wolverine might be my favorite. I know Spider-Man's way better, but whatever. I like Wolverine. I think this is freaking sick, dude. This is sick.
You're obviously going to be playing as Logan, where the story is going to be exploring his past. And that's going to be based in Canada and Tokyo, plus a few other locations as well. And it's not going to be some vibrant, happy-go-lucky vibe like we've seen before. This is going to be dark, gritty, and did I mention brutal?
Yes, I like this a lot.
I actually think this caught a lot of us off guard when the gameplay trailer dropped last year.
Oh, yeah.
It's a different tone to Spider-Man. But it is definitely something that I'm looking forward to playing, as I love their games.
Dude, yes!
Biggest games in 2026. Toxic Commando is a new over-the-top first-person zombie shooter, and it is exactly what I am looking for. Literally, as I'm writing this today, they have just released a gameplay trailer, and honestly, guys, if this isn't on your radar and you like zombie or
this is a really good list.
For you. So it's a 4-player co-op game where you and your mates are dropped into this world that's gone mad. And you're not just shooting zombies, you're grabbing vehicles, ploughing through hordes of enemies, and crafting weapons.
Dude,
I
mean,
total mix here of different games like Days Gone with the Hordes, Call of Duty Zombies, and even Back 4 Blood. I just need to convince my squad now to grab this in March, as I think this is going to be a lot of fun to try and stay alive in. Resident Evil Requiem looks like it's going to be darker and creepier and a little slower compared to what we've seen before, and I am all for it. But I understand this is not going to be for everyone. This time, the story follows Grace, an FBI analyst who's been sent to investigate a string of weird deaths in Raccoon City.
Well, I don't know, though, because, I mean, with the way that games have been doing more and more story-based type of stuff, I mean, this game's probably going to be a huge hit. Like he said, it probably won't be for everybody. It probably won't be for me, but Resident Evil's sick. I love the Resident Evil franchise. I need to go back and play 7 again, because I never actually completed that game.
Her approach is going to be more about stealth, hiding and avoiding the zombies which are roaming the hotel. But what's cool is you can also play as Leon, which, as you can imagine, will have a totally different playstyle. Now, both of these options are either play them in first or
maybe I spoke too soon.
To explore the abandoned places. It's going to drop towards the end of February. Lego Batman Legacy.
Yeah, that game's going to get a lot of looks.
A proper fun game for 2026. We're getting a full-on Gotham City setting, loads of villains, gadgets, and that classic Lego humor. Plus, we not only play.
Looks like it's got a little bit better of a backdrop than the other one that they had.
Follow Bruce Wayne from his origin story to Batman himself, so it should be a cool story.
I like that. That's kind of cool. That's definitely going to be worth checking out.
And the fact that it's a brand new game, not a port from the Xbox 360 days, means it should play really well. Hell Let Loose Vietnam is one of those games that just feels right if you're into big, intense shooters that focuses on teamwork. Now, this is going to be the next major expansion for Hell Let Loose, with massive maps, 50v50 battles, commander roles, and of course it's dropping you into that Vietnam War setting. And that means we've got jungles, tunnels, vast open spaces, and old school combat. Now, from what we've seen, the focus here feels a bit more rugged than the base game. Fights aren't just going to be about grabbing the objective, it's how your squad moves and works together. Now, I'm not going to lie, this is how I want Call of Duty and Battlefield to play, so I'm really feeling this. Crimson Desert.
It's going to be worth the look for sure.
Now. Every time that they show it, it just looks bigger and more ambitious. Like, could this actually be too good to be true? You're basically in this huge open world where different factions are fighting for control, and you're stuck right in the middle with your crew. And the world itself looks like the sort of place that you could just wander around and get distracted for hours. Tomb Raider: Legacy of Atlantis is one for...
I'm getting kind of excited about some of these games because they do look good. The only thing I'll say is like, what's the price structure and the DLC around it going to be? That really, you can't really judge a game until you know all those details, because they can change a lot. These do look really, really sick. And Another Tomb Raider game.
The Lara Croft fans, because this is a complete remake
Which-
and reimagined game of the 1996 version that we all played back on the PS1 and PC.
No
Does anyone
way.
remember locking Winston, the butler, in the freezer?
Oh my god, I was just about to say I haven't played man, I can't even remember which one it was. I can't remember whether it was Tomb Raider 2 or Tomb Raider 3. I want to say it was 3. Maybe it was 2. I don't know. Man, it's been a while since I played Tomb Raider because I haven't played any of the older ones, but I mean, I've seen them played before. And this definitely looks really, really sick.
I think that could even be Tomb Raider
Looks
2.
better than all of
Anyway,
them.
This one looks awesome. Now, we've
And another thing that I like that I'm going to touch on is I like how they didn't overly sexualize her, because look, if you look at her, you know, she's still good looking, but in some of the games they have definitely done that for her, and I don't really like that.
And it's given me Assassin's
That's just
Creed
me, though.
meets Indiana Jones vibes in terms of the graphics and the setting. This is definitely one that I'm looking forward to seeing, and I'm hoping that we see more gameplay later on this year. Fable is back this year, and I feel like there's a
Okay.
lot riding on this. If you remember the old games, they had that weird British humour, dumb side quests, and choices
Never played
that made you
Fable.
feel like a bit of a hero. Well, from what we've seen so far, they're bringing all that back, just bigger and better looking. I kind of feel that if they nail the story and make the world feel alive, it could be one of those games that you end up sinking hundreds of hours into. Unfortunately, there's no date yet, but Playground Games have said that it will be coming in 2026. Saros is a new IP which makes a nice change to see. It's a third-person action roguelike game set in the alien world called Carcosa. You'll be trying to uncover what happened to the lost colony while fighting through shifting worlds and upgrading your gear over time.
Shoot, I like that that trench coat he got, like futuristic style. I like that. I like the little getup he got
Now,
right
we've
there.
already seen some gameplay and trailers, and unlike Housemarque's last big release, Returnal, it does have permanent progression. So every time you die, it actually gives you something towards your next run, and you're not starting completely from scratch. I can already feel that this is going to be one of those big games in 2026, and it's set to drop towards the end of April. Life is Strange Reunion might not be one you expect to see on today's list, but it's a series that I have played over the years and I will be giving it a go later this year. So it's different to the big shooters and RPGs, as these are really
that Jordan
chill
Peele?
games and more about the narrative story and the characters. It's set to pick up years
He's
after
everywhere.
the original game, and if you're a fan of the series, you'll be pleased to know that Max and Chloe are back, somehow. Phantom Blade Zero is finally confirmed to be coming
Okay.
out in September, and honestly, this one's been creeping up as one of the biggest surprises of the year. It's a kung fu punk action RPG.
Yes,
Devil May Cry and
please.
Black Myth Wukong together. So, lots of martial arts, swords flying, and brutal combat. Now, in this story, you're framed for killing your master, and you end up with 66 days to find the truth before you die. Looks good, and it's
Okay.
definitely one that's on my list this year.
Now we gotta go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty.
Whew,
Lima, where's the golf cart?
that is intense.
Halloween is the sort of game that we need this year, where it's massively
I'm gonna buy it no
inspired
matter
by
what.
the classic Halloween movie storyline. You can run around either as Michael Myers, terrorizing the neighborhood and slashing the residents as they try to hide from you, or you can play as the residents themselves, getting jump scared around every corner. And
Okay.
what's awesome is there's not only a single player main story, but there's also a multiplayer mode, so you can jump on with your mates and slice each other up. And do you
Yeah,
know what I think
okay.
about this game, wouldn't it be cool if we saw a Scream game? Pragmata is one of those games where every time it shows up, I'm like, wait, what is this actually about? And I mean that in a good way. It's got that weird sci-fi vibe, empty futuristic places, a kid who clearly
Yeah.
is not a normal kid, and stuff going on that Capcom's
About these futuristic games and just some of like the way the developers make the games. I wanted to play Dead Space so bad, but I couldn't get past like the original like intro cutscene that you can't skip, and it's like, you know, can we get to the game? And story was really forced and dry. Of course, that was Electronic Arts. I digress.
still haven't explained to me. It's a bit like Death Stranding, at least that's the vibe that I'm getting here. Now, it looks like it's more about exploring and figuring things out than just shooting everything that moves. And the story follows an astronaut called Hugh and an android called Diana, where apparently they have quite a close father-daughter type relationship. I imagine it's going to be a bit like The Last of Us. Now, apparently this is set to launch in April. Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, is Naughty Dog's next big thing, and the fact that it's them is enough to make me pay attention. Now, this is going to be their first brand new IP or brand new universe in a long time, and instead of a grounded post-apocalyptic or treasure hunting world, they've gone full sci-fi this time, where you get to play as a bounty hunter stranded on this strange, abandoned planet trying to figure out what happened while also trying to stay alive. It looks moody and pretty isolating, so much like their previous game, but this whole retro, futuristic 80s vibe looks awesome. Now, we don't have a date yet, but they have said potentially 2026 or early 2027, so I have included it in today's video.
It's always good to have some games on your radar.
Finally launching this year, what feels like 84 years since the last one, and this is basically Bungie going back to one of the old school names, but this isn't just another retro remake, it's a full-on sci-fi extraction shooter. Now, the primary focus of this game is going to be a PvP, so player versus player, but there will be AI bots in here too, as you're battling the other players for loot and to complete the objectives. You'll need to extract.
You're going to see a lot more of them moving forward.
3-player teams, and I can imagine this being absolute carnage, but also a lot of fun if you enjoy extraction shooters. And this is set to launch in March this year. Squadron 42 is that space game that people have.
Yeah, but they're really gonna. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, Arc Raiders for extraction shooters kind of. It's only been out for a few months, and I think they've already sold what, like 15 million copies already. Maybe even more. I mean, that they charge $30 for their game, so I mean.
Been waiting on, and honestly it feels like forever at this point. It's a single player.
I'd say $30 or $40 is what they, but still a great deal.
A story campaign set in the same universe as Star Citizen, but instead of open multiplayer, this one's more like a cinematic space movie where you're a rookie pilot working your way through a big military story. Now, will it drop in 2026? I'm not so sure, but surely if we talk about it, it will happen, right? Halo Campaign Evolved is the reboot or remaster of the very first Halo campaign. And it's one of those throwbacks that actually matters, because let's face it, it was one of the best games back in the day. And they are rebuilding the campaign from the ground up, so the graphics and the setting is gonna look incredible. And
Holy shit,
dude. And hopefully we get to play this in 2026. So there you have it. I think this year is looking absolutely stacked, and if all of these actually release when they say they're going to,
damn, he definitely
literally every single game
finished with a really good one. Damn, he saved that one for last. You know damn well he's looking forward to Halo the most.
Well, thanks for watching. Please like,
shit, man. Hell yeah, those are a lot of good games to look out for. A lot of good games to look out for.